Well, if you have the nerve, you are most welcome to my life. This is psychohistory for today. Today is a smart card. There's not a lot around here. Today is the 22nd, I believe, Monday, holiday. Look, I woke up and the girl that has the motorhome similar to mine size was beside mine down there. Didn't even know when she got there, but of course I remember her name. Starts with an S, and her dog's name also starts with an S. Because, I dreamed a little bit when I met her and made an effort to. And this is not like a soulmate or anything, but it is the potential for companionship in a lonely life. And, anyways, I did tell the manager this morning about, there she is, about the scooter outside being a trip hazard for so long, and I don't understand. And she comes outside and looks with me, and then another staff goes to look, and then it's still there like that. There's an older lady who came out of her car, also wants to park as close as possible, and hopefully didn't trip she did on the way out either. So, is there a reason they didn't solve this issue now? And it's possible that it is because if I do the thinking for people, they rebel by not doing anything, right? By staying stupid on purpose. And if you think this happens only with McDonald's staff, I could tell you a lot of stories about PhD recipients who are unhappy that I hint that, this is what thinking leads to as choices, and they will rebel, but not as consciously as they do here, but by just keeping to the status quo. That's the way it's done. And we probably know better because we have these big offices in these universities. Of course, they don't, right? They suffer from HSD, which affects their ability to use the higher functions of their brain. So, of course, I can't expect human dialogue from PhD any more than McDonald's managers or staff. And then I have to watch them hurt themselves. This species I share DNA with. It would have been nice if I was born as a dolphin or something, and then there'd be the possibility of intelligent conversations or interactions of quality as social creatures. And during my lifetime, even during this Anthropocene, maybe there's a lot of places the dolphins probably know where to hang out, and it's healthy away. If I picked, let's say chimpanzee or gorilla or orangutan, or I like orangutan more, then I would have maybe noticed that maybe there'd be interactions of quality, maybe among my own species then and other animals in the forest, but it'd still be the fact that the forest would be disappearing because of the species I currently share DNA with, which would mean at least I'd share in hardships with sentient and sapient species if I was an orangutan, in the hardships caused by these people primates, the Homo communia. But because I am this species, and I don't want to be part of the problem, then it seems that my hardships are to be suffered alone. Even your great Bible characters didn't have those kind of hardships, suffering through things alone. So anyways, I'm even more quiet because I'm lacking a bit of privacy right now, but I did put that plastic cup that I cut with scissors in the bathroom roll of toilet paper to try to have it less likely pop out if I still use this bathroom. But even cutting it the right length to fit in, it still doesn't grab onto anything inside. Yeah, I'd have to put like an elastic now or something like that, or a little string or something. So I don't know. It wasn't enough with the design. Even if I'd cut it different ways, I noticed it just doesn't grab that kind of plastic. It's too flexible, doesn't have a firmness to it. It has a sharpness to it that's pretty risky when it starts cracking. It's pretty sharp. Like I grabbed some cut pieces and I thought I punctured the skin, but I didn't. Just trying to help you guys not spread any more diseases. The floor's stickier today in the bathroom than it was before, and there was a new staff yesterday, a young man who seems nice, but I wonder if it may or may not. But I think he started with the bathroom, but unless he started with dirty water and never changed it the rest of the time, I don't know. I don't know if they teach people how to use water for hygiene, like, that it has to be either flowing water or, in the case of a bucket, replenished once in a while. I'm having a hard time plugging in my charger in the hole here more and more using the same table. And I wonder, and it's not my new charger device, which doesn't have any damage. I wonder if it's just more and more dirt that has gone inside of the electrical plug. So I don't know. Anyways, 6 minutes in, and I wanted to say that I still woke up a little bit, I would say more the feeling is depression than sadness, but of course it's not something that I have to worry will get out of control, but it's related to making decisions through solitude, aloneness, but also I don't have any choices that make me happy. I have choices that reflect maybe I'm tired of not having a place to sleep where I know I can be, let's say, not worried about where it is because I paid for it and it's the same place or whatever. So I'm worried about calling this place to find out if I can get that room, because if the lady says yes, I don't know what to do. Because if I pay for that, that's half of my budget right now for a 5-week month, and I still haven't bought my ignition cables or spark plugs, hoping that will solve the issue. What if it doesn't? What if there's more issues and I don't have my BCA? What if my vehicle will never like warm temperature and I have to minimize its use and get my motorcycle? And what if I still don't have travel agents? The only one that answered me says, I don't deal through Messenger, give me your email, and I did, and I never heard back. And then there's WestJet issues, but still it's just issues of being robbed by every company that aren't necessarily a transportation company going to go bankrupt, but they don't want to give up their profits because it looks bad for their shares or whatever it is for you guys. So you see, you guys that own shares, sometimes you don't even know you own shares in these companies that screw your own family members or yourselves. When you go on a trip, you're just like, let's say in mutual funds, you don't even know this is one of the companies screwing you, and you're helping them do it, and you're making a profit out of tiny profit, not as much as them, out of them screwing you. Oh yeah, the monetary paradigm has no flaws at all. Probably if I was a dolphin and an orangutan, I'd be discussing how ridiculous your ideologies and your worldviews and your social systems are, but still crying with them, knowing that you can't see it and you're continuing the acceleration of the Anthropocene. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'll be able to afford a bicycle this summer to enjoy this area, which this area I still don't have any major complaints, I didn't apply for a lot of jobs specifically in this area, and I should follow up with the school district because in my past experience, my email is often lost. I was asking at the pool here, I didn't hear back from the guy to give programs that I finally email, starting to think I'd stay here. And so he does. I says mine falls in junk mail, and she said, the lady there that knows me, she said no, he checks even his email. We check our junk mail, so he'll answer. Well, what if he doesn't answer? Does it mean he wasn't thorough like they claim, which is very possible, or because people don't realize what they miss without getting the proof of what they missed, right? In the future, let's say I find a group of people who agree to let me put some of my lessons online so you could see what you missed. Or the guy that owns this scooter sees the video and says, man, that's Cornell, that's the McDonald's, that's my scooter. And let's say the guy or girl feels extremely guilty because let's say I'm famous at that point, and somehow he thinks or she thinks the guilt for his bad decision that he already knows about or she already knows about today He's, oh, I should have done something. And there was blogs, and this guy's like, he's famous now, and he's brilliant, and everybody's looking for him, and he just wants to retire because he knows it's not going to make a big difference, and his ego's not that big that he needs the spotlight, and he knows the toxicity of celebrity status. So maybe you guys are going to feel guilty. Oh man, he did contact our school district. He did contact here. He did pass through here. I'm not trying to redo Zen of the art of motorcycle maintenance route or anything, but I'm saying I existed in Canada and BC and other countries of the world, and I offered so much, and it's what you needed. But somehow, now or further down the future, you'll still have to have the conversations with yourselves. Why did we turn down, not see, overlook, shun, and refuse these gifts of sentience and sapience from the Doctor of Eunuchs?